Hey everyone, it's Bill with a quick screen recording on how to use Google Meet with your class. One of the first things you might want to decide is if you want to meet with the whole class at once or not. If you want to meet with your class a little bit at a time or just a few students at a time, you might want to create a sign-up type sheet like this one. So I kind of ask people to sign in for whatever time is convenient for them, and then they'll know which time or day to meet with the students. So that might be one of the first things I do. So I'll come back to Classroom and I would post that as an assignment, and let's just take a quick look at that. So I've created this in Docs. I kind of just created a table. I put a time and date at the top. I made some numbers for people to fill in. So anyone could type their name here we go, or the like. And then I just need to make this available to the students. So I can do that by going to my classroom. So here's a sample classroom. I'll go to classwork. I'll create an assignment because I want them to fill this in. And I'll call it choose a time for our meet. I can give some additional instructions if I want to clarify a little bit more. But I'm going to attach this document. So I'm going to go to Add. It's a document in my Google Drive. And since I was just working on it, it should show up in Recent, and here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and add that one. But I want the students to write on the same file. So almost all the other times I choose make a copy for each student, where students can view a file. But in this case, I want them to see where other people have signed up. I don't want 15 people signing up for the first time slot. So I need them to be able to edit the file. They're going to be changing my file, writing directly on my document, which is fine. And then that way I'll be able to see who signed up for which time slots. And I do want to give it a due date because when you give things due dates, it becomes more clear that they need to take action. It shows up in their classroom better as opposed to just an undue assignment. So or one with no due date. So I'll just make it due by, say, this Friday. All right, so that should be all set. I hit the assign button. This goes into their stream. It goes into their classwork as something they should do. All they have to do is pick a convenient time, sign up. I know what time to expect people, and I kind of broke the class up into smaller chunks. If you're just doing the whole class at once, you don't have to worry about that part. You can kind of skip ahead to this part. So what's the next part? Let me come back to the home page of my stream, or I click here or click on the stream, and back in this class. In my class, I didn't turn on the Meet for my class. I didn't turn on the Meet link. So Google recently has given us the ability to have a Meet link, and you're going to see it show up here. It'll also show up in the Classwork tab over here in a few seconds as soon as I turn it on. The students will see those links as well. So I think it's easiest for them if you say, hey, we're going to meet Tuesday at 10 o'clock, if they just go ahead and click on that Meet link. So let's turn it on. I go to the gear. If I scroll down here, here's the Meet link. If I go ahead and throw this switch, generate Meet link. All right, I've generated Meet link, so it created one for me. That's unique to me from my classroom. Anybody else in my district will not have that code, and right now it is switched on for students. I'm going to hit Save. And now the students, if they're on this stream page, they see the Google Meet link. If they're on the classwork page, they'll see this Meet link. So maybe I'll make my next assignment after I know what time everyone's coming, or maybe just give a little time to go by. I'll create a new assignment, and I can assign it to just the few people. I can go back to my sign-in sheet, and I can see who signed up for, say, Tuesday at 5, or Tuesday at 11, whatever time it is. Let me hit Create Assignment. I'll say class meeting. In the instructions, I can say click the the camera icon or the Meet link. And I could even do one more thing to kind of make it clear to them. I can even add the link down here at 10 o'clock maybe on Tuesday. To join our live meet. All right, and if I make the due date be that particular day. It would have to be after the other assignment was due, so I'll just say it's this Tuesday. Maybe we'll fix it. All right, so it's going to happen the week after. And I could even put a time in, because now I want them to make sure they're on at 10 o'clock a.m. or 11, whatever the time is. All right, so I have all those in there. And I'm just going to save this as draft for a second, because I can even do one more thing to kind of make it more clear that they should get on our link. I'm going to just save this as a draft. And I'm going to go ahead to my stream and just copy this Meet link. So I'm just going to right click on it and copy link. So now I have it. It's here for them. It's in classwork up here for them. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in this assignment. So here's this Meet. I'm going to hit this edit. And I'm going to even add this link. And I'm just going to paste it in. So now it's even right here as part of the assignment, so they can do all of those. You kind of give them the best chance to make it there. I can also, instead of assigning it to the whole class and seeing the whole class get it, I can hit this drop down. If I had just certain select students sign up for this time slot, I can just find the 8 students it applies to and only send this to them. I can kind of repeat this same procedure for the other times if I broke my class up. All right, and as soon as I'm done with that, I select the students I want to assign to. I hit assign. This goes into their classwork, their stream, and their classwork, and you should be all set. So let's look ahead, though. Let's just say we've skipped ahead now. Now it's actually time for the Meet. What do we do? Well, I can come to my Google Classroom. I can just when I drop in right to here, and I could just go ahead and click on this link right here. That'll start up Meet for me. So I just went to Classroom. It's now time to meet up with the class. I hit this Meet link, and it goes ahead. It tells me that it's getting ready. So I'll just turn off my camera for right now. But you could leave yours on. And I could turn my mic on and off with this other option. But as soon as I hit Join Now, I'll go ahead and join. It gives me some information with the class code. If somebody really has a lot of trouble, they can actually call in with the call-in number and this ID. Someone can call in. They won't see anything, but they could hear it. Let me close out of this for a second. And now I'm in the Meet. If I turned on my video, I would be able to see them. And as people try to join your Meet, you can admit them in, especially if they're students. So you'll see this ping over here, and you'll see this number of people start increasing. So you can admit people or admit the students into your Google Meet. A couple things you can do while you're in the Meet is you could present your screen. That's what this Present Now is. I'm going to just click on that button. So if I don't want to just see everyone, I could hit the Present Now. I can either present my entire desktop, one of the windows, for example, this browser window, or just a tab in Chrome. And you can kind of see it says best for video and animation. So if you're going to show a video or animation, you could go ahead and use that bottom one. If not, choose one of the others if you want to share your screen. There's also a couple of other choices over in these dots. You can go ahead and change layout. So in these dots, I'll go to the change layout. And Chrome now has this tiled view. So you'll be able to see up to 16 of your students at one time. That's pretty new. That really just came out within the last week or so. So you have some other choices. You can let it auto-select, or if you just want to see everyone, maybe you want to choose this tiled so you can at least see 16 people at a time. You can also let the students know about that. They would just have to hit those same 3 dots, choose tiled view, and maybe I'll even tell them that in the instructions, or maybe I might send them a short video to how to get tiled view. I'll actually, we have a link to that. Actually, there's a brief 1-minute video that shows how to get tiled view. All right, when I'm done with the call, one thing I have to do is students cannot start meets by themselves. But if I were to leave this Meet and leave students in there, they could have a Meet amongst themselves. So I want to make sure that they all leave before me. So I can ask them to hang up. They can just mouse over this part of the screen, hit the hang up button, and then they'll be out of the Meet. And I could be the last one out and just hit the end call. and that'll turn it off. We don't have to worry about leaving people in there. If anyone's having trouble with it, they're not leaving, you could always click on the People tab, and you could manually kick people out. So you'll hit if there were people here, there'd be a minus button. I could just hit the minus button, and that would remove people from this meet, kind of effectively hanging up for them. You might notice while I'm on the screen too, there's a little bit of a chat too. So if anyone has trouble with their mic, maybe your students have a computer that doesn't have a camera or mic, they can still be part of the meet. They can still see what's going on in your class, and they could maybe ask questions or participate via the chat. So if you want to turn the chat on, you can type messages back and forth in the chat as well. All right, I think that covers most things about Meet. When I'm done with the Meet, I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, make sure that everyone else leaves the room first. Make sure all the students are out. Then I can go ahead and hang up here. That'll close out the Meet. All right, and then I'm set. And if I'm going to do it again later, I could just kind of go ahead and follow procedure. All right, hopefully that helps out. Hopefully everyone's doing well and staying healthy. I'm sure we'll have another video again soon. Until then, have a great day.